Hey, okay. So you will, let's go back to Foresters. You'll go to Foresters, you'll click on illustrations, and this will bring you into their pricing page. So from here, you'll select product. So in this case, we're looking at smart ULs, but if you needed to price a term product or strong foundation, most of that can be done through toolkits unless you're looking at medical underwriting. But for IUL specifically, you'll go to their Smart UL product. That's Forrester's Universal Life. And then we'll just plug in the basic information. So Jasmine, you said she's 73. What's her birth date?
It is 12/17/52.
52. Okay. Notice that you have to put in the slashes or it won't accept the birthday. And what state is she in?
This is going to be for South Dakota.
South Dakota. And Jasmine, do you have a license in South Dakota?
I should, because it's on my lead generation thing. Let me double check.
You may not, because sometimes leads come in from adjacent states or states where people are visiting. And so just something to be aware of that if you don't have a license for South Dakota, you'll need to get it before you can issue, before the carrier will issue the business. You can, in many cases, submit the application without having a license in that state and then just go get it. I know New Mexico and West Virginia, you cannot do that with, but I think most other states you can. So okay, so anyway, so you'll click on Universal Life. That brings you into this page where we're going to enter the client information. If you were looking to do a medically underwritten policy, you would change the product type from non-medical to medical, but we're not messing with that right now. Make sure you get the gender right because that will affect pricing pretty substantially. And you would also put in the tobacco status. Here, we always leave the guideline premium test. This is if you're filling out the application, it will ask you if you did this or the cash value accumulation. Pretty much just always leave it guideline or premium test. From there, you can plug in different coverage amounts. So in this case, Jazz, you said it was 40,000. And then we're always leaving this cash surrender value solve. What this is doing is it's basically saying that it wants to have as much cash value to keep the policy alive as long as possible. Um, but we're not looking to overfund it by any means. This is basically how Mutual of Omaha's Easy Solve works as well. Once you've done that in the right, you'll see that there's a specified premium and there's a minimum premium. The specified premium, this is what you're going to pitch to the client. The minimum premium is, with any IUL, there's a minimum payment that has to be made to keep the policy in force. We don't ever tell the clients about that, but just keep an eye on this top one. The only reason we would ever do a minimum premium is if we wanted the policy to act more like a term policy. So, Jazz, you would know $40,000 for a 73-year-old woman that qualifies for their simplified issue universal life. That's coming in at 182 and 65 cents. So you can jot that down and then you'd price 25,000 and whatever else, and it will just auto populate. 119 at 25,000, Jess.
What was it? 119?
119. Similarly, if we want to look at Trans's pricing system is very simple, but they have different criteria or underwriting requirements. One of those requirements is, I believe, the bar or the client has to be younger than 70 years old. The other is that the policy size has to be over 50,000. So they just do not have, they don't do $25,000 policies. It's like for IULs. They'll do it for FEX, but on the IUL, their minimum is 50. So in any regard, well, once you log in, you'll go down to this FEF Express and FFIUL Express online application. Hit launch, and then we're going to go to get quote. And then here you'll select the product. So we're either usually going FEX or in this case, we're looking at the IUL. So make sure you change that. And then you just plug in the customer's information. Jazz, what was her birthday one more time? December
Uh, 17th, 1952.
Okay. South Dakota non-tobacco. Look. Oh, because she's 72. Duh. Okay, so let's do that. Let's just pretend she's a little younger for demonstration. 12, 17, 1962. So plug that in, you'll hit submit, and then this will bring you to their kind of quoting page. So here it's going to solve, right now it's solving for premium on the face amount of 250,000. That's obviously, way more than you're probably going to sell. So you just adjust this face amount. I think 250 is the max. So that's one thing that Trans does that others don't on simplified issue universal life, is they'll go over 150. So they'll go up to 250 for somebody at 62, where I'm pretty sure Mutual of Omaha and the others are at a cap of 150. So anyways, you can just change out whatever you want your face value to be, and then this will drop the price in for you. So super simple quoting tool, but now you know how to price foresters. So what I typically do is I start in toolkits. If Mutual of Omaha is giving me an approval, I'll usually submit there first just because their application's a little easier. Um, but I also pull pricing for foresters, and then when it's presented as a range. So we'll say, the most aggressive is coming in at this. I'm going to present it as a range because if we get pushback from the first carrier, I don't want you thinking that there's some kind of bait and switch. We'll just go to the next one, but I'm going to give you a range of pricing. Each of those, there's about four different carriers in that range, and then I'll literally just quote lowest to highest and let them know that if Mutual of Omaha gives us pushback, we'll go to the next one and we'll continue that process till we get an approval. And that is it.